Hi, this is Marcus, and it is currently April 7th, and I'm in my yard and home orchard. My front lawn very much needs to be mowed, but that is okay. And you probably think I'm crazy because I'm out here in the rain. But I actually wanted to do this in the rain just because I wanted to show the weight of the plums on the trees with the rain on them. Before I go to the backyard where the mature plum trees are, I want to show you this young McKibbin plum. I have other kinds of plums grafted into it. McKibbin is a Chickasaw plum, which I got from Larry Stevenson. I have some grafts of other plums in it, most of which I got from a friend by the name of Carl Moore. This is the LeConte pear. The LeConte has a fair amount of fruit in it this year. LeConte and all the pear trees in my front yard have been very slow growers, but I think I have figured out what the problem is. This year I added Epsom salts because I started thinking that maybe just how the leaves looked, maybe there was a magnesium deficiency, and this year they are all growing much more vigorously than they ever have before. Scarlet here has got tons of new growth on her, as does the Tennessee and the Purdue pear. So I think magnesium was the issue. That was what was lacking. My huckleberries are going to be ripening up in just a couple of weeks. Big crops on them, like really huge crops on them. My young persimmon trees are all growing. Some of them are even going to bloom a little bit. Got good plum crops on my, pear crops on Southern Bartlett. Big pear crop on it. A so-so pear crop on Tennessee, although it's the best pear crop this tree has ever had. So I won't complain too much. It's just not a hugely productive tree, I don't think. Blueberries all have big crops on them. This particular blueberry is a rabbit-eye blueberry, but it originated in the wild on the Durden plantation, or the Winlow plantation. My plum trees are covered in plums. Let me show you. Robusto is, this is the hybrid, Chickasaw Asian hybrid that I have with the big plums, and it's covered. The Mariana plum, found out that it's cross-pollinates with the hog plum, and it's got a big crop on it for Mariana, and it's actually a big enough crop on it that the tree is kind of already, we're just early April, the fruit doesn't ripen until May, and the tree's already bowed out. Of course, the rain helps bow it out a little more, but it was bowed out even before it started raining. Tools Heirloom has the largest crop of all on it. I really probably ought to thin it. I did thin it some, but I need to thin it some more. But this tree's really, and these plums get fair size too. And you can really see how it's bowed out. And it's much wider than it is tall now because the limbs are all bowed out from both the weight of the water and the weight of the plums. Now you come back, you notice I'm watering my blueberries. That is, yeah, it's raining a little bit, but we've been actually, it's just a mist, and we actually haven't been getting enough rain to really keep the soil. We're falling behind, and the soil is slowly beginning to dry out despite these little rains. And so I've been watering, this week watered my entire orchard. This is one of the last bits I'm doing. I'll do some more tomorrow, and just to get everything kind of caught up with moisture level. Hopefully I won't have to do this anymore. It's supposed to, we got some good chances of rain next week. Hopefully we'll get one really good rain, and it's raining like it did in Alberta. This is Georgia. We're supposed to have big rains when it rains, but we haven't lately. Anyway, there's so much more in the orchard I could talk about. The muscadines are putting out. They need to be sprayed. Hopefully I'll get to that tomorrow. And just lots of stuff going on in the orchard. But I'll talk to you later. God bless.